protests out here this morning, and parents were crying, screaming like, "Oh my God!" As governor, you should try and calm people's nerves, maybe, or can you? Because they're a low-risk group, students.
Amy, as a supposed reporter, you should probably stop the misinformation. We are done here. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know how you prevent schools from being closed? You stop complaining about mask wearing.
Okay, Jordan, send me some studies, please.
It's called Google. Give it a quick Google.
I'm going to take the podium again and just respond to that. Let me just say this. You are spreading misinformation. I wish you would stop spreading misinformation. You come in here with a political agenda and you spread misinformation, and I just think you should stop. We now need to protect our children. We need to protect the people in our communities, parents, grandparents, teachers. You are working against that. And it is extremely upsetting for all of us who are trying to keep the rest of the state safe.
That right there is a masterclass on what to do when Republicans insist on using up the oxygen to perpetuate the same BS conspiracy theories that have only served to exacerbate this crisis from the beginning. And that's the part that seems to be escaping everyone on the right. There is this inexplicable paradox where the people complaining about how much they hate this pandemic and everything that comes with it are the same people who are pushing back against every safety measure to actually end it. If they hate the masks and the mandates and the rules so much, then they need to manage to look 5 inches in front of their faces and recognize that they themselves are the ones prolonging all of this in the first place. So at this point, we need to do exactly what Governor Pritzker and his press secretary did right here and stop humoring those on the right whose only objective is to sow doubt and tout conspiracy theories. The science is effectively settled and the medical experts are virtually unanimous in supporting safety measures like masks and vaccines. The people saying otherwise are not medical professionals. And I'm sorry, but doing your own research on Facebook.com doesn't make you one. And if you need proof of that, consider who the so-called reporter in this video actually is. Amy Jacobson was a reporter for NBC who, in 2007, ended up in a swimsuit at the home of a man whose wife had disappeared 2 months earlier, a story that she herself was assigned to cover. Needless to say, her time at that station came to a quick end, but if you needed some indication of her judgment, I'm not sure it gets much clearer than that. The fact is that there is an entire ecosystem on the right that's less interested in reporting the news honestly and more interested in being part of a very lucrative, very engaged, very rewarding outrage machine. And the only way to succeed in it is to kowtow to a Republican base that is desperate for any and all information that bucks science. Why? Because the left accepts the science and owning the libs is more important than reality. That's what happens when all of politics is viewed through the lens of a culture war. Suddenly, objective reality becomes politicized. And so right-wing media will relentlessly search for any information that'll satisfy that Republican base because they're not delivering the news to those people, they're getting the news from those people and just validating their preconceived notions. This is what it looks like when the tail wags the dog. So good on Illinois Governor Pritzker and his team for showing everyone else exactly how to respond to this, which is to recognize immediately the danger that this disinformation poses and to shut it down. You wouldn't allow someone to suggest that drinking poison might be a cure for a headache, so there's no reason to allow someone to discourage masks and vaccines in the middle of a pandemic that's already killed more than 630,000 Americans. Despite what right-wing media's priorities seem to be, this is a crisis of epic proportions, and every moment spent humoring these inane conspiracy theories is a moment that isn't spent helping save lives. If you enjoyed that video and you're looking for a deeper dive, check out my podcast, No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen. It's a no BS look at the top stories of the week, along with interviews with the top names in politics, like Vice President Kamala Harris, Jen Psaki, Elizabeth Warren, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Katie Porter, Pete Buttigieg, and more. Again, that's No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen, available anywhere you listen to podcasts. Also, if you want to see more videos like this one, click the subscribe link right here on this screen to join the more than 1 million people who've already subscribed to my channel. And finally, to donate to my Don't Be a Mitch fund, where I'm raising money for a whole raft of different voter outreach and voter registration groups in the closest states ahead of midterms in 2022, including Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, North Carolina, and Texas. You can find that link on this screen as well. Thanks for watching.